ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the House of Black podcast. I am your favorite cat-eared extraordinaire, Donnie Black. Today we have a good one. I hope you all had an amazing holiday, a wonderful New Year's, as we roll into 2024 with the first episode of the new year. And I actually can finally call this now a second season because I've been going for a little long than usual. Before we get started with today's episode, I do have a few announcements to make. Pardon if I'm coughing a little bit. I'm just overcoming COVID. That's right. I had COVID for a bit, which is what took long on the delay to release this episode. But I assure you, everything's all right now. Just a little bit of a cough with mucus buildup. But other than that, I'm right as rain. Plus, I've had some times with my mom. Excuse me. Oof, I'm having gas and coughing a little bit. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm keeping things unfiltered, as you will. So if you got to deal with my gastric indigestion as well as my little bit of healing sense of it, then you'll understand why I had to do this. Um, anyways, uh, today's episode. Uh, but before let me finish my announcements actually. Um, first off, the new year, new shoots, starting mid-January, leading up to at least till the winter snow starts coming on, the spring snow as we like to call it, is when we will start shooting and booking for Jirai Media Photography. So if you are in the Ohio area and can make the drive to Toledo, despite your distance on things, and you can make it to Ohio and you want to try to get in touch with shooting for me for the new year, please make sure you hit me up. My email and all my social media, either I am Donnie Black, Donnie Black, with a Q, not with a CK, Black as in BLAQ. Or just go to my website, jariahmedia.format.com. In case you haven't got that website, you'll hear it in the end, as always, with my uh, career stuff, with everything else. But for now, I need to talk to y'all about this new year. Um, I'm in the process of relocating soon, sometime later this year, between March and April. Between those two, I will be making changes in relocations. So if I don't get to shoot with you, if you are a client that's interested in shooting with me and we don't have discussed anything, I would recommend you discuss with me immediately, as to know that soon I will be relocating to a smaller location for my sessions, but I will still be taking sessions. Um, and then I am in the process of building my PC unit. As you probably have known, last year, 2023, I started getting all the acquired funds to pay for parts for my computer unit, which means I will be hopefully doing an upgrade for my computer unit. Once that is taken care of, I may be on a delay break for my podcast. Also, just also wanted to bring this up. I have launched 3 YouTube channels officially. I have my Jirai Media YouTube channel, which will promote everything of my photography, which means if you haven't seen it on my Jirai Media Instagram or my Jirai Media TikTok, it will be on my YouTube channel. And I will, once in a while, every once a year, at least 2 to 3 videos, I will upload of montages and behind the scenes and vlogging for my photography. So keep that in mind. I will be trying to do as many vlogs as I can on that channel. That will be the channel for everything main. That will be the main channel. Now, I have a Donnie Black channel. However, I will not state, I will state that that channel will not be always as active. That will be pretty much an archive for all my humorous situations, thoughts that I talked about, especially on TikTok. So if you do not have a TikTok account and you want to see what I post on TikTok, I will most likely post there. I will also try to post as much as I can also on Instagram, my Instagram page, my personal Instagram page. So that's what that YouTube channel will be. If I will be posting any long content on that channel, I don't know yet, but it will be there just there. So I'm not trying to make any big records on that channel. But every once in a while, I will post a lot of my stuff on there for random stuff, if anything. And then I also have one more channel. This will be the House of Black channel. The third channel will be the House of Black podcast channel because I know there are a lot of people who don't use Spotify, Amazon Music. They don't use Pandora or other stuff to listen to their podcasts. They don't use a lot of other apps to use their podcast unless it's on YouTube. So now, starting with this season, along with my last episode from last season, I will be uploading all my episodes of the podcast on YouTube. Now, by the time this episode has been up for at least a month, there will be episodes coming up on the podcast on the official YouTube channel for the House of Black podcast. They will be up, they will be available, and they will be on the channel. However, I will state not every episode will be on the channel. There are a few episodes that, as you probably have known, there are two episodes in particular that I unfortunately had to take down due to the fact that the guest who was on that show, who I had once a friendship with, has decided to no longer associate herself with me. And due to that, she had requested a formal cease and desist of our episode streaming on the podcast. So that episode has been taken down. If you know, you know. I will not discuss about it. I will not talk about it. But I will just state that that episode respectfully has been taken down. And unfortunately, I don't hate on her, but I do not wish her the ill will, or I do not wish her any death or anything in the sense of it, because it tends to happen. Sometimes people just don't want to associate with you because they rather trust other people in their situations than my own. Many of you know I have made it clear with this podcast for the last 2 years. I have made this podcast not only a soapbox to express myself, but also as a way to show proof of the comfort zones that I have made sure to acquire for every person, every client, and every friend who has worked with me over the last 8 to 9 years. This year is marking my 9th year in photography as my freelance career. And I refuse to have one person who ends up believing associated people that she knows state that I am a bad person. If you feel uncomfortable because of the way I am socialized, understand, and you don't understand the fact that I am a very antisocial or a person with heavy social anxiety, and you still feel that it's uncomfortable to talk to me because you rather feel that I'm weird, that's your fucking fault, not mine. I have made it very clear on the fact that I am socially awkward to the point that I have stated it seems like I'm trying to be flirtatious. It seems that I'm trying to be a little bit creepy, but not in the intentional way. And yet people still want to put me bullshit by saying, yo, Donnie, I can't work with you and I don't want to talk to you because you're weird. And if you feel that way, yet you want to say, oh, I'm weird too, you're fucking lying. You're not a weirdo. You're a fucking poser. So with that being said, I'm not going to say that I wish her the best because she didn't deserve me. She decides to take somebody else's success, the fate of it. She decides also to take somebody else's suggestion about me to her own case of it. And with that, I say to her, good luck and good riddance. Now, on to the positive of this new year. And that brings me to my other announcement. I will be working on a future appearance of it. As conventions, I am working on plep cons for this year. The two cons that I will officially be confirming to head to is this year's Colossicon in Sandusky, Ohio, at Kalahari in Ohio. I will be attending that. And I will also be attending in March Anna Marathon located in Bowling Green State University. Those two conventions I can confirm I will be attending. Any other cons that I have not confirmed yet, you will know when I address them, specifically on my Twitter, aka X. To hell with you, Elon Musk. I also have a Thread account, which is connected to my personal Instagram because I don't feel that I should launch a Thread account on my business Instagram. So if you want to, but I will post most of my work on that Thread account. So if you want to follow me on Threads, just look for my name, Donnie Black, or I am Donnie Black on Threads. I am available on there as well to follow. But I will be posting a lot of times both my photography and my personal things there. I treat it no different than I do Twitter because Twitter is becoming stupid. I also have a Sky Blue account. If you are on Sky Blue, feel free to follow me on there. I will try my best to try to see if I can follow you or you can follow me on there. I also have still my Hive account that is available. I don't update that as much, but I will be doing my best to try to update as many as I can on there. And then last but not least, I also still have my Vero account. However, I cannot promise you I will be updating that for often as well. Now, off with the announcements. On to the brass tacks. Uh, Before the end of last year, of December, I have been given the opportunity to work with somebody who I didn't expect to fall in love with to the sense of it, but at the same time, I didn't think that she would be a blessing in disguise for me. She and I got to connect clients together through a mutual client that I work with. Shout out to Mandy. Her association with this girl led to her interested in working with me. And from that alone, the moment we shot together for the first time, and the vibe was there, and her literally telling me that she enjoyed working with me and found me amazing to work with and to socialize with, that was when I loved this woman. I adore her so much. She, I am hoping to bring into my collective of muse. As of right now, I only have two muse. I have my friend Kat Ruby, who's currently on hiatus due to her employment, and then I have my friend Shelby Young, who will be getting married very soon. However, that is the only reason she is on hiatus as well. So I needed a new muse anyways, and this girl may be the muse that I am looking for because I plan to bring her with me to a couple conventions. We'll probably work together a couple times. We've already done two shoots. We plan on doing a third one, and there's a lot in store that we'll be doing for this year. But I think it's because of our nerd credentials that is why we ended up being the best duo to work with. So with that being said, I think it's time you all got to meet Angie Gresko. So for today's episode, we get to talk about everything from her being the not so normal country girl to nerd to vixen, and you'll also get to learn about a lot of our cooking interest, which the best way to a person's heart is their stomach. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Angie Gresko for today's episode. Okay, so I remember you had told me earlier. You said your name is Angel. What is it again? Angel.
Angiovana. You so badly want to call me Angel.
I do. I so do. I'm not gonna lie. I so do. I will admit that. Full confession, because that's the best way to describe you. It really is. It really is. I think, and I'm telling this to the audience here, but I'm gonna tell it to you also directly. You have been a blessing in disguise for me this year.
Thank you.
It really has. Like Christmas miracle, everything. Because had I not figured you reach out to me from the mutual friend of ours of Mandy, I swear to God, I don't think I ever would have been this much creative with all my stuff with you, if anything else. So I'm really happy that you decided on your own whim with how much you love the stuff that I did with Mandy, that you just decided to reach out.
Yeah.
And well, no, like I said, and it's nothing against Mandy because I would love to work. I would love to work with Mandy again, and I do plan to work with her again. I do. We both can agree on that. But I know with her new job at UPS, schedule is going to be a little hectic for her to work with me together again. So it's going to be really hard to reach out to her to connect compared to if reaching out with you. So that's the whole thing. So yeah, I'm not, again, full confession, really want to call you Angel, but at the same time, I'm just like, no, her name's not Angel.
No.
So yeah. So how much is that would bring me to my other question. And I don't know a lot of people who have Italian in their family. Mm-hmm. How much Italian is your family, despite y'all being country people?
So my grandma's dad came on the boat from Ellis Island.
Okay.
So his side of the family, very Italian. They lived in Little Italy in Cleveland.
Okay.
And that's where my grandma grew up. I will take her there sometimes for like they have the Feast of Assumption on the 15th, and it's like this huge Italian festival, and I'll take her sometimes, and she'll be like, "Oh yeah, I lived in this house. My dad saw somebody get shot down in this alleyway over here.
What?
And I lived in this house. I was born in this house." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh." So yeah, they're pretty Italian.
Okay, yeah, that's what I said. Like from that side of the family, sounds Italian. I'm just like, is there a relative that speaks only Italian that has to be translated by your mom or your dad or somebody or something like that? Because that's what I always think of when I see somebody who says that they're Italian in their family, but not like not really considered Italian American, but has Italian in their family.
Yeah, I'm the only one who knows any bit of Italian, just because when they moved here, they were like, we just want to assimilate. We just want to teach our kids English. We want them to be Americans.
Exactly.
So even my grandma, she doesn't speak any sort of Italian.
Okay, because that's the one thing. That's what I hate that most cases television gives us a little bit of the misconception with some people of other cultures sense of it, because I do find most Italians, in the case of it, other culture, outside cultures of America, because y'all guys had to go through your country to come here is more different than my culture and Africans and African culture is that same way of it. But at the same time, we've mostly assimilated, both of our cultures assimilated to the case of our standing here in America more than than Caucasian Americans, normal Caucasian Americans who are Norwegians in some cases. So that's the whole difference of that. So, but unfortunately, everything from typecasting in mobster movies to Italian family Greek movies in some cases in television, that whole gypsies and all that, it's just the misconstrue of those people Italian. So knowing that now, it makes sense with your last name too, which Gresko, right? Is that how you pronounce it? Because I'm like, that sounds Italian.
Slavic, actually. That one is Slavic.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so that comes from my dad's side of the family. They're pierogies all day long. Slavic, handmade, homemade pierogies.
Oh my
all day, every day.
Oh wow. Okay.
Gresko.
Oh wow. Okay. That makes sense, because I'm thinking both sides of your family.
Yeah, no.
That's really bizarre from two different sides of it. One Slavic from your dad's side and Italian from your mom's side.
Yep.
That's really.
Those are the two big ones.
Yeah.
And we've got our cavatelli dinner on this coming Saturday. Every year for Christmas we have cavatelli.
Okay.
Which is like, have you ever had gnocchi?
Yeah, of the pasta? Yes.
Yeah, it's sort of like a smaller version of gnocchi, and it's more of like macaroni than it is.
Okay. I like gnocchi. We don't have it a lot of times. Unfortunately, we get the mainstream cheap kind of it.
Yeah.
But my mother, who is much of a cultural person who loves like cooking in the sense of that's her go-to. She loves the cooking sense of it.
Yeah.
She has bought, let's just say, she's accumulated a lot of equipment and stuff over the years of Italian cookware and stuff that she wants to learn stuff like that. But she's never had the chance to because of situations that are out of our control.
Yeah.
Like everything from pasta presses and graters and stuff like that. She watches a lot of the Italian cooking shows and all that. So it's why I hate to say it, like her go-to is cheaper Americanized spaghetti.
Yeah.
But she's like, I want to so make like a legit pasta spaghetti, like the real stuff Italians make in that sense of it. I'm like, I told her like, I'm like, you gotta find somebody who's in that culture, mom, to do that though. So, but at the same time, like stuff like gnocchi, my mother got me into. She's the one that got me into it.
It's so good.
Because like the closest I knew was pesto. I don't know if that falls into that range of it, but because my mom got me into pesto, and like
pesto is so good.
Yeah,
I put it on my sandwiches.
Yeah, because I think there's like several different pestos, right? There's a tomato pesto, there's a garlic pesto. Garlic pesto is the one that my mom got me on the most.
Yeah.
So we make a dish where it's chicken, portobello mushrooms, the very large ones, and pasta, fettuccine with pesto, and then we add a little bit of feta cheese as a garnish.
That sounds so good.
Every time I make it, I'm still waiting for the right person to make that for, the lady to make that for. But yeah, I'm so glad you know what it is, because I've told many people and they're like, I don't know what it is, but it sounds so good. I'm like, no, it does. And I love making it for my mom too at times of it. So like, yeah, that's the one dish. I've made it a couple of times here, but I've made it for my mom more often. Like I literally have a jar of pesto that I haven't used yet that I still want to open, but it's from the Whole Foods that used to be here in Toledo before they shut down because it's their brand. And I'm like, I don't have to use this sooner or later, but I don't want it to go bad.
The last of
But
its
the last of
kind.
kind, yes. Because every place else that sells it, they either sell the very terrible brands or they spell it's very expensive stuff. So it's so hard to get it. And with Whole Foods, I found out Whole Foods, their stuff is naturally organic and it's really good. I'm like, oh, I definitely have to. So I bought like jars of it.
Yes.
And I have one jar left, and I really am hesitant to use it because at the same time, I'm like, I want to make it, but I really don't want to make it just
before it goes bad.
Yes. That's why I'm like, but I'm so glad you understand how good that is. It's one of my it's my favorite dish. I make it, but I've done what you've done too. I've had it as a spread on bread in some cases too. It's
I'm telling you, toasted bread with mayo on one slice and pesto on the other slice, turkey, provolone, tomato.
That does sound so divine.
That's my go-to sandwich, and I'm gluten intolerant, so I have to use gluten-free bread. When I eat pasta, I gotta find the gluten-free pastas and stuff. But
yes.
It's good.
Oh no. I'll have to look into that because that does sound so good. Because I like the mayo is the only thing that makes it a little tricky because with some cases my mom unfortunately got me onto Miracle Whip, not like the natural mayo.
Yes.
So that's the only thing that throws off of it. If it wasn't okay, you're like, oh no, just put pesto on both of it. But the moment you said provolone and like, oh yeah, she gets me. I'm a cheese person.
I love cheese.
Oh yes, I told my mother. My mother also got me into that too. Like with cheese, when it comes to most of the cheeses she's got me into, I told people like I'm straight up like Steve Urkel with cheese. I'm so obsessed with it. The only cheese that I'm not much a fan of is Colby. I don't like the bitter taste of Colby.
Okay.
But every other cheese, I'm fine for. I'm a sucker for sharp, like most other people. Yes. But I do like mozzarella. I do like pesto. I do like feta cheese. So I do, and I've had many other Chet cheese as well. Like I made Parmesan, like really fine Parmesan, not pre-shredded Parmesan, but I've shredded Parmesan on an Alfredo, chicken Alfredo I made one time homemade with shrimp in it for my mom. So I've done that. We've tried not to buy a lot of shredded stuff because of the ingredients that they put into some of that shredded stuff. So we really have. So my mom's like bought little box of it and squares of it. So we've come to that point of it too. But I know one time I made a chicken Alfredo, added a little garnish of Parmesan to it with shrimp in it involved as well.
You got me so hungry right now. We've been talking about food for like 15
But that's how it is
now.
in my household too, though. Even if it's not Italian related, it's mostly just food in general. Because I told my mom, I'm like, we watch so much cooking stuff, it's ridiculous. My roommate, you look over here on the bookshelf of it, if y'all can't see this, but my roommate who owns the house, he has a whole stack of cookbooks. My mom has been trying to steal for months when she's come over. Because they're from a show called Cooks County, which is on PBS. And because my roommate pledges, he gets those as a reward, I think. My mom, every time she comes over, she looks at one of those books. And they're based on year. So she's like, I got to get this book. I have to get this book. I have to get this book. She's like, when he dies, I want his books. I'm like, why are you saying this? So my mom and I, other than my sewing, my cooking is the other thing that we both are into. Like, honestly, I'm making a homemade German chocolate cake when I get to her place tomorrow.
Sounds so good.
I know. I might have to try to steal you a slice. But yeah, I make it homemade. I make the frosting, the cake itself, the icing on the top of it because we put the pecan, walnut, coconut frosting on the top, chocolate German on the side. But I add a little bit of sour cream.
Okay.
Which mixes it up. It gives it a little bit of a tang tart of it, but still sweet.
We do that with our cheesecake.
Yeah, we do that. Yep, we do that too. But I make also a otter cheesecake, which is more of a frozen strawberry cheesecake, where it's like a graham cracker crust, strawberry bits into it, a little bit of strawberry pudding, gelatin mix in it, but we add sour cream too, and cream cheese. So we add that into the mix of it. So, but yeah. I didn't do the sour cream mix until I started trying sour cream flavored icing, and it didn't have that same taste to it. So I said, well, I'll make it homemade. So I made a vanilla frosting with sour cream. and then I add a little bit of chocolate cocoa, and that's when I said, okay, from now on, make it like this.
Yes.
So my mom, she loved it. She's like, you make the frosting different. I said, I made it homemade this time. So she's like, okay, you're gonna do this
It's
from
better.
now on every time you make it.
It's
So
better.
yeah, it's better that way. So now that's what we do with our cheese, our frosting. So I add a little sour cream on that sense. So it's funny that you said that, but too, but yeah, at the same time of that. So, but yes, like cooking is our go-to in the sense of it. Like I've had to cook this year for Christmas. Other than your cookies, I'm guessing that's the only thing that you had to do for the Christmas
We
dinner.
made so many cookies.
I know. I like the cute the cute ones, like the All Might one that you made.
Yes. You know what I did for that? I used the Easter cookie cutter.
Okay.
You know, bunny. I took the bunny. I squished the cheeks a little bit because it had like round cheeks, and I'm like, All Might doesn't have round cheeks, but it had the bunny ears, and I was like, this looks like All Might. I'm doing it.
I know, and it does. It looks, and thank God you used the frosting for it too. That's so on point. So I was like, she get a cookie cutter of All Might.
It was an Easter bunny.
But okay, that's a pretty damn good one then. Now that I see know what it's because I'm like, it's a good because I knew it was All Might, not even from the frosting alone, but how the shape of the hair is, and I'm like, she made an All Might cookie. This girl is deep in My Hero as much as I am. So
new season in May.
I know, right?
May 4th.
Oh God, I'm waiting for that last season to come out on Blu-ray because I need to buy that one fully because I have season 1 and 2. I don't like to buy them by parts because I don't know if you noticed this in anime, but most anime, because of how long the seasons are, they separate them in physicals. When they release them physical, they separate them in part 1s and part 2s.
Yeah.
And I hate it. I hate it so much. So now I tell people I wait till they put out a full complete of that season, then I'll buy it. Yes. I don't do part 1s or part 2s. Like the last thing I bought from them, of My Hero, was the first 2 movies because they had them on sale. So at the mall over here is an FYE store.
Yeah.
And that FYC store, they had it for $10, the first 2 movies.
Oh, no way.
Heroes Rising and 2 Heroes. And I was like, oh, I got to get this. And it was a 2 set for $10. I had to buy it. Came in a steel book. I'm so proud of that. I'm like, oh, I have to buy it. So I have it downstairs with my Hero stuff. And I have my 2 My Hero posters on my wall. But like I told you before, I'm disappointed there's no love for Momo.
There isn't enough love for Momo.
And like I said, I still need to show you my eat a bag of her because that was the one thing that I'm so proud about. Because like I said, when I made that, and many of y'all know about my eat a bag because I made that from just Youmacon alone, being at Youmacon, which I'm hoping to go to next year. I don't know if I'll be going with any of my friends or not because I know one person that usually goes. Plus, Youmacon has been dealing with a lot of admin stuff, a lot of controversy. So it's looking like they're not going to be as big as they were last year. So it's iffy on whether or not I'll be at that one. But I know at least Anna Marathon, which confirmed for you guys, I will be at Anna Marathon. I'm trying to sneak this girl in the Anna Marathon as well. So if she comes with me, you will be seeing her full decked in cosplay with me. We'll be doing some shots together. You'll get to meet her too. Just putting it out there. But yeah, I definitely have to make that happen. But at the same time, like Youmacon was the one I was going to go to this year, and then all the controversy for that. So yeah, but at the same time, I've done one shoot with a girl who's Momo. My friend Stephanie Lintz, I believe her name is. She did a Momo. She's supposed to do another one with me because she had the costume alternated a little bit. And then I know I want to do 2 more shoots with her as Momo if it comes to that point. So that's my go-to with my crushes is Momo. But this girl is Bakugo.
A Bakugo. She's
a Bakugo girl.
It used to be Todoroki because he's got, daddy issues and
but
I relate a little bit too closely. But it's the grumpy ones. I always love the grumpy one. In Fruits Basket, Kyo. Because he's angry all the time. I don't know what the deal. I think maybe internally I'm just an angry person who wants to explode.
Well, yeah, like you have a thing for aggressive boys. Right? Oh my God, like, Jesus, oh my God. But at the same time of it, like, at least I know in My Hero you're not the ones that just hates Deku. You're not the type of person.
No, I don't. Okay. I think he's precious. I want to protect him.
Yes, that's what it's like. Just at least protect him. The one character I have no problem. I think it's Mazun. I think his name is Great Boy. Yeah, that's the only one I can think we all can basically hate.
He can leave.
Yes, I said the same thing.
Him.
I said the same fucking thing. I'm like, we don't need Great Boy. We don't need Great Boy. Nobody likes Great Boy. No, nobody does. I can't stand him. I have said to people before, I'm like, I don't hate the voice actress, but I can't stand the character. It's the one person.
He doesn't bring anything except for
weirdness and perversion. Yes. That's literally it. Like, oh my god, like how can you be that perverted?
We didn't need this.
No, at all, if anything. So, speaking on which in the anime sense of it, like I said, one of the few people that I can talk about anime with, compared to some other people like Steph, my friend Steph, and then one of my other close friends, who I don't talk too much as usual. And then I had a former friend that I would talk about anime with, but I no longer associate with her anymore. But yeah, like it's very rare that when I work with people and I'm friends with people or close with people who is just as anime nerd as I am, in that sense of it is a good thing of it. And I swear, if you guys see Angie and you will see my stuff of her all over my pages and all, you'll know about that. But like you look at her and you would not think this girl is you would never guess this girl is straight up a fucking nerd. Because I'm just like, because the moment you told me Fruits Basket, I'm like, oh, this girl is deep. Fruits Basket. Because not many people, even though they've redone Fruits Basket recently, it's still rare on Fruits Basket. Because I tell people, it's reverse harem. Reverse harem is very rare for women to be very much obsessed in the sense of it is, but at the same time, it's still good.
Yeah.
Because that's for me with Tenchi for a regular harem. Because like I tell people before, like, if you know about Tenchi Muyo, you won me over. And I have so much Tenchi Muyo stuff. And I ran a panel, and you don't know this, but I'll tell you this, but I ran a panel at an anime convention for Tenchi because I love Tenchi so much. I'm friends
That's on super fan
stuff. Yeah. And then one of the voice actresses who plays my favorite character, who I have a crush on in that anime, is friends with me on fucking Facebook of all things. Yeah, shout out to Patria Bashard, who plays the voice of Ryoko. So one of the main characters is big girl, silver hair. She's like very buff, but at the same time, she's always a drinker, always a party girl, and she's always like flirting with the main character in a sense of it. She's very open sexual, but she's like very badass, dangerous looking demon-like monster of a crazy, psychotic space pirate criminal. And the voice actress for her, I am in love with because she is so amazing. But she's an elder actress. But I love the fact that she brings that elder voice to the character.
Yes.
But her character is not old. But you would think her character is a lot younger when you see her. So that's the one thing about it that's crazy. But I'm friends with her, and she's mostly known for doing that voice work, other than doing author work and doing like random voice work for marketing and stuff like that. So yeah. But other than I know you said Fruit Taba and My Hero are most of your addictions. Is there any anime that you personally wanted to get into that you have not gotten into? That's something I wanted to ask.
So my friends are like huge weebs. Like they're way into it. It's crazy. And they're like, oh,
don't say you haven't.
You need to watch this. You need to watch that. And I'm like, yeah. See, it takes me a long time to actually get into something. If I'm not sucked in the first 5 minutes, I'm done. Bye.
Okay.
So like Spy Family, I tried.
Okay.
I only got in like a couple episodes.
Okay.
And I haven't given up on it.
Which I hope you don't, because I really think you would like it. It's
been a minute.
I know. It's been a minute, because I won't lie to you. Early episodes, it's more on setting the groundwork for the characters and how they become the family. It's not until later in the series you start seeing the main plot. They're not going to dig more onto the main plot. It's more within this season and a little bit up to the second season. They're giving you the plot of, oh, this family is going to have to do this, and these people are going to do this, but they can't do this to each other and not know about each other. You know, it's secretive to each other. You know, the father doesn't know that the wife is a spy. The wife, the assassin's wife doesn't know that the husband is a spy. The path girl doesn't know that is the only one that knows about them both. But at the same time, they don't know that she's a telepath. So it's that whole mystery. It's working for that first. Then later down the line, it will go to the main plot story.
I gotta have patience with it.
Yeah, and the main plot doesn't come until later, to some extent, when it comes to bits and pieces of it. So it's more on the hesitation of the juggling with these characters. Whereas then there's a series called, I think it's called Daddy Buddies, I believe it's called, where it's about these two men who are hitmen, who end up taking care of a young girl, and they have to deal with being fathers to this girl while doing these missions. And these are not like sensory missions; they're like brutal. Like there's like the headshots and stuff like that with one of the hitmen who's like a straight up marksman. He can sniper shoot a guy. He can blow a guy's head off with a bullet and stuff like that. But at the same time, they're taking care of this cute little girl who's like calling them like her dads and stuff like that. So it's just
She is really cute.
Yes. So it's that series. I don't know if you've ever watched that, but that's a good series to get into. I personally feel like that would be right up your alley. And then there's another one called I think it's called Love After Destruction. So imagine, and I'm pretty sure you've seen like early in the years. Imagine Power Rangers. There's a group of Power Rangers, but there's also like a group of villains that are like the main villains. One of the villains happens to be not bad looking, actually. The female villain of the group is not bad looking. And the leader of the Power Rangers falls in love with that girl.
Ooh.
And they realize we can't really be together.
That's some Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, so they end up secretly going out, spending time together at the same time, doing all this stuff. And it slowly feeds out into the other two groups of their families realizing, oh, these two are in love with each other. But they're like, we got to keep it secret. Like straight up Romeo and Juliet
Yeah,
stuff.
no, straight up.
Yeah, and it's so freaking adorable because the guy is doing so much to try to entice her and to make sure that he's the right guy, boyfriend to her. And, you know, she's making lunches for him while she's wearing this evil outfits and stuff like that. But then she's looking at phone pictures of him and she's swooned over the guy.
Aww.
It's so fucking cute, but it's so fucking hilarious. And I think that's another one.
What is it called again?
I think it's called Love After Destruction. I'll have to send it to you.
Yeah, send it to me.
Yeah, because that's another good one too. I think you're like, it's a really short series too. And then another one that I really am surprised I don't think you've gotten to, and this is the one that I wanted to bring to you the most. And this is, you guys are definitely going to know what I'm talking about. So there's a series called My Dress Up Darling. I think it's called My Dress Up Darling. Now, the premise of this is about a guy who ends up loving to sew things. In one case, for this case, he makes outfits for dolls.
Oh.
He has a classmate, the most popular girl in school.
Of course.
Gorgeous, flawless looking, attractive, has a lot of socialization with many popular people. He's the type of guy who's very introvert, not much into friends and stuff like that, but, you know, he still hangs out. And one moment, by some random chance, he finds out that she is a very big nerd. And she wants to do cosplay.
Aww.
She ends up recruiting him to make the costumes for her.
This is so up your alley.
This is us. This is us. This is us. The characters' names is Gojo and Marin. You are my Marin, I am your Gojo. That is us. Because you are, first look at you, I would never think you're that type of a big fucking nerd to that sense of it. But at the same damn time, there's so much opportunity with you and you don't have much anybody who can make the outfits and stuff for you. And I'm just like, well, I have them. I can make them for you. And I'm just like, this is us.
Uh-huh.
So I really want you to watch that show too, My Dress Up Darling. It's such a cute show. I know they're supposed to be doing a second season. I think there's like at least 15 episodes as of right now. That's another show for you to watch.
It's pretty short.
Yeah,
I can do that.
Yes, it's a good show, but it's so fucking cute because of how they are. And like, there's one moment where she has him over he's over her place, and they're trying to like brush up on the next outfit to work on, and she's getting him to watch this show. He is invested in the show so much, and you would never think a guy like him would be invested in the show. But at the same time, he's starting to make outfits for her, and the costumes are looking so fucking good. That is so up your alley.
Yes,
I so swear you're Marin, like straight up cloth of it. Like if I could pull off any of the outfits that I could replicate of hers, I so would have you wear them because you are so much like her. Like makeup and hair and all that stuff. Yes. Oh yes. I will send you. I watch mostly everything through Crunchyroll, so I don't know what you use. So you watch Crunchyroll too?
I use my friend's account.
Okay, so I will
have my own.
Okay. Well, it's a $7 charge, girl. You can't pay for that.
Password.
Oh my God. If I have to make a separate account and put you on it, fine. But Jesus Christ, girl, how do you not have that? I pay $7 an hour for mine. That's easy. Anyways, I will send you the link for that of Crunchyroll for that show as well. Because I even watch it on my phone. And the fact, like I said, that I watched that show and the fact that that show is so us. that's the one I wanted to bring to your attention. I wanted to weed it to the point where I'm like, okay, there's these other shows that I think she would be good for, this one, I want to make sure you either knew or you had to find out later because it's so you. Yeah. You are so her. And it's so hilarious of the fact of how she is. And she's such a fashionista too. Like she knows her style just as much as you do. So I think this is perfect for us. So we definitely have to do that. And if anything, you have to watch that. You have to let me know. But at the same time, I definitely would would love to replicate some of those looks of hers to you. Yes. And if there was time, like I would love to have commentate over each episode with you. Because that will make it so much interesting of that sense of it. Like book club. Yes, like a podcast sense of it, like we're doing now. That's what I think will be work of it. It just depends on your availability. That's the thing. So we'll put a stamp on that, y'all. If we do, if y'all want us to do a podcast commentary over the episodes of My Dress Up Darling, let me know. And I'm gonna leave the poll on the podcast. Let me know. Because if y'all want to see that, I will make my best to try to see if I can make it fit to Angie's schedule. And we can do a commentary over each episode for that show. Because I so feel like you do that. Like, if you can make the time to come here and we watch it together, I so can do that. I can so do that. Fun. That would be so much fun. And of course, I'm also a good house guest. Yes. I can say, I'll have you fed good. I'll make sure you have plenty of blankets. You take care of me. I will take blankets. I have all the stuffed animals and dolls that I have for you to cuddle with in some cases. I will make it look good for you in that. I will make it feel like you never want to leave. That's what I want for you. So that's how it will be. So that's the main case of it. Like I said, it wasn't just a stretch when I really called you Angel. It really isn't a stretch. So that's the whole thing about that. But yeah, that show in particular, I have to get you to watch. Okay. So if you want to watch it yourself, that's fine. But if you want to wait and redo that, that's up to you too. Okay. But I'll leave that to you. Cool. But aside from, but those cases about that. Now, while you're on the plus on the anime side, you're a negative on the gaming side. That's the one thing I have to fix on you on that. This girl does not, it only has an Xbox. Yeah. Only an Xbox. She does not have a Switch. She doesn't have a PlayStation. She doesn't have any vintage games. And I'm just like. Okay, I do have a Game Boy Advance SP. Okay. And a 3DS. Okay, so you do have a 3DS. Okay. I do. Okay, so. I stole it from my friend. He gave it to me to borrow. And you never gave it back. Never gave it back. We don't talk no more. And I'm like, you know what? You owe me this anyway. Oh, so after y'all friendship, like, well, I'm never gonna give you this back. It's mine now. It's mine. I've had that happen too. He's got a Switch. He doesn't need it. Exactly. So I'm like, I'm that same way. I have that same way with one of the things I have. I think it's one of my games I have that I had. Well, it was a CD. It was a record that I had borrowed from one of my friends. And then by some random chance, that friend ended up no longer being friends with me. And I'm like, well, I'm never going to give her back this because it's mine now. It's mine now, so I'm keeping it. So I'm with you on that. Like, your loss, not mine. Yep. But yeah, I got to get you up to date in gaming of it. Like, I don't have a Game Boy Advance anymore. I used to have one because I used to play Pokemon on most of mine. But I do have a 3DS. I haven't gone on my 3DS in quite some time. But they've started discontinuing most of the online stuff. They shut down the online servers, I think, for the 3DS. So now they're trying to force you to get on the Switch. Yeah. So if it comes to that point, you might have to turn in your DDS to get the Switch of it. Or if it comes to the point, you might have to get a cheaper Switch or whatever. But I got to get you up to date because, again, like you all out there listening right now, I play my Switch most of the time by myself because I don't have people to play with. Not even my own nieces and nephews, my cousins don't have any play with me. It's just disappointing. Because my nephew has a Switch. He'll play Minecraft 90% of the time. Yeah. And I can't play that. I can't. I don't like Minecraft. Neither do I. We can both attest to that. It's a little too open for me. I know. I don't know how anybody can get enhanced in that game. No. It doesn't. So what I should ask you is, most cases, I usually tell people on their case of music, because that's the one thing I've noticed. Now, for those out there who don't know, from what she told me, Angie told me, she's much of an open music person, but it took Megan Thee Stallion for her to get her inner thought out. which is hilarious. Which I love that about you on that.
It takes Megan Thee
Megan Thee Stallion.
Stallion.
So it took Megan Thee Stallion for you to bring your bad bitch out. Now, if there was an artist, particularly one artist that you would have to listen to, no matter what the circumstances, what artist would that be?
Jessie Reyez.
Okay.
Do you know Jessie Reyez?
Not familiar with her.
She's smaller. She's sort of R&B.
Okay.
She's Colombian.
Okay.
And oh, she's so cool. You gotta look her up. Her music is so good. I'm intrigued.
I'm intrigued because from what it seems like, Jessie Ray, the moment you said Colombia, I'm like, well, that sounds like something I would listen to. It's like, yeah, that's why I said, I'm like, okay.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, you did. That's why I said, that's what made me realize, I'm like, okay, she's into this, must be. And at first, I thought it was a random pick of what it is. So for those who need to know, if you follow me on TikTok, this girl, if now you'll understand who this girl is. I'm hoping you know who she is beforehand, because you'll probably see the cover of the episode. But this girl wore one of my first outfits that I actually officially made of my own. That will be in the future, more that will be coming. So I made this amazing pink leather outfit. She wore it, and there's the shots will be all over my website and my social, and you'll definitely get to see them. But this girl looks amazing in it. And I told her at one point, like I tell most of my clients, if you're going to wear something that looks good on you, show it off. Let people see it. So she posted it all on her social, including Instagram. She shows herself looking bomb ass hell in that dress. And one of the songs she's playing in it was a song from Jessie Reyez. And I said, it's very random she's picking that because I don't see you being that person the rest of you. And I'm like, and now that you tell me this, I'm like, okay, so now I'm going to have to go invest myself in that.
Yes.
Because I'm not going to lie, I listen to a little bit of Hispanic stuff a bit. Like I said, I listen to a lot of Spanish music in the case of it. Like, I do like Bad Bunny to some extent of it. I do like, not Estevan, I think his name. It was another singer that I like. I forgot his name, but he usually associates himself with Bad Bunny. And I usually listen to the reggaeton as well to some extent. So I will listen to that case of it. It's just the country music that's a no for me.
I can't do country.
And you being a country girl, that's the weird part about it.
I'm only a country girl on weekends.
Yeah, that's what it's like. Okay, I'm a weekend country girl. Yeah. Because no, this girl, like we were putting stuff up. We just shot today with this episode up. She has sets of boots for her barn work, her farm work in the car. She has worker farmer boots in her car. So she's straight up. And at one point, before she found out that it was somebody else who made the bruise on her, she had a bruise on her, thought it was from one of the animals she was taking care of in the barn.
They love to get you in the back of the legs.
Mm-hmm. Which makes complete sense. So I was like, okay, this is really crazy. She's really country. And that's when I was telling her about the fact that I lived in Swanton. My cousin has equestrian, has a barn. They ride their horses all up and down the streets in the area. So, because again, for those who need to know, and for you, and like I told you before, my mom's a country girl. My dad's a city guy. My dad was born in the north of Toledo. My mom was born through the southern area part of Toledo. So Swanton area, Spencer Township, that's mostly where she was from. But she grew up a little bit in the city because of school in some places. My dad was straight up in the city, the ghetto of the city in North, when it was still like at least a impoverished area. It's now like straight ghetto. It was at least a poverty of gentrification sense of what it was when he was growing up there. But now it's sort of dwindled down now in the sense of it as an inner city part. So my dad was there. But at the same time, I've inherited a lot with my mom than my dad in some cases. My dad, I've inherited a lot of his city sense, his 3D knowledge, his fashion sense of it. But with my mom, the culinary side of it, and my euphemism of my speech impediment in some cases about it. Because there are moments where I'll talk to somebody and everybody's like, "Are you from the South? Because you sound twang." I'm like, I'm not trying to sound like it. It's just my mom's comes out of me.
Sometimes.
Yeah, because I found out most of her family is from North Carolina. That's where most of her family. So when I found out about that, I'm like, oh my God, I'm in the same place that Michael Jordan went to college in, and oh Jesus. So I'm like, that makes it more interesting for me. So yeah, so that's the closest Southern as I am to that state of it to some extent. But at the same time, you don't see that in me except when I'm with my mom.
Yeah.
Other times when I'm not like that, I'm just like any other city folk of a guy. But at times of it, when my mom, when I'm supposedly mostly country, so we're like that a lot of times together. And you'll hear it in both of us when we're talking at times of it too. So I tell my mom that. But when it comes to like southern country stuff of it, like I tell people, like I am not the country kind of person. I don't like country music, white country music. It's not my thing. But at the same time, my dad's mother, who I really don't like to obvious reasons call her my grandmother, is straight up into country music, and I just
That's
never
how
got
my
into
sister
it.
is. I had to watch her yesterday, and she was just playing her country music, and I was like,
And that's what I said. I'm like, yeah, and that's the thing that just makes it weird for me because I'm like, you don't listen to country music, but you're
not out there scooping horse poop and stuff.
and you're listening to his.
I'm listening to Desiree.
I'm just like, by some instances, it would be more accurate if you were living in Arizona, because that's what it seems like for you. That's the closest I can say. Arizona and Texas. That's the closest I could see you to some extent of at least somewhat of Texas and more in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that more fitting for you because I'm like, I can only people see in the barnyard listening to the Hispanic music and just like that Jesse Reyes and such while doing barn work and horse work and stuff like that. That's what it is with you. So Jessie Ray, I have her on follow now because I use Amazon Music for now. I used to use Spotify. I'm hoping to get Spotify back, but once I do, I'll have her on my playlist there. But but Amazon I have for free because I have an Amazon account, so I use Amazon for my music for now. But I have her on there, and once I listen to her more and more, I will make sure.
Like her.
Yeah, I will. I will definitely keep her on my radar because I'm open. Like I tell people, I'm open to anything that's not country. Just don't get me in the country. Because I tell people before, like, because I tell people before, it's like the same generic situation for me as a black man listening to rap music. Not all the rap music I like. I don't like all the rap music. There is some rap music I can't listen to. Kodak Black, Travis Scott. There's a few others I can't really think of. T Grizzy, I think it is. All these other rappers I really was not a fan of. Yeah. But at the same time, like there's some rap music I listen to. I'm more conscious rap. That's where I am because I love music that has a message to it at times in it. Like Common, but with you, like I'm not gonna lie, when we did one part of the shoot and I played The Light for you and Common, it fits so well. It fits so well because I'm just like you weren't and and again trying to be respectful in the sense of it for you. You were so enchanting.
Thank you.
You were so enchanting when I was shooting with you. Because that song, those was Common, and I tell people this before, when it comes to rapper Common, he knows how to make good rap songs that women will like. That's his go-to. So I'm like, I will play those at times. And the two that I know the most out of times of it was a song from Electric Circus, which was Come Close with Mary J. Blige. And then the other one, which is The Light, which is a song he's using from Wow. He did that song. And both of those are love songs, technically. But in the way when we shot with those songs, and she was in full glasses with the sweater dress, and I'm just like, she's not even trying to be like sexy, like overly sexy. It's just cute, sexy. Oh, showing you a little panty there, something like that. Just hugging on the pillows and such. I'm just like, this girl is so fucking adorable. I can't stand it.
I got the cute face.
You do.
Like there's like different face types. There's like there's like a fox and like a cat and a deer. I think I'm like a deer. Is that a deer?
I don't know.
There's one that's like the bunny. Is it a bunny?
I see bunny more. I see bunny more. Honestly, I can see bunny. Yes. I can't see deer. Deer is just too long nose sense.
Yeah, I could see that.
I can't see that with you. I see bunny. Yeah, bunny. I see more with you. I see more bunny with you because with how especially your smile, which is an incredible sense of it.
Thank you.
I love your smile. That's the one thing about it. And when you are laughing at times of it, like I told her before, your giggle is fucking delicious because because of the fact of like again, there's a video clip that y'all seen of it, and she's giggling on the side when I'm talking about how much you look good in that pink dress, and I keep playing over. I'm like, I can't stand how addicting that giggle is. I've never had a girl so adorably hilarious with a giggle like that.
Thank you.
I've had many attractive giggles in some cases, but yours is just like that. That's that squeaky giggle. Yes, that's why I said it's that squeaky giggle that that gives me bunny vibes with you.
I got bunny vibes.
So yeah, bunny
sure.
vibes with you. I have a long time friend of mine named Livy. She lives in Akron, and she's cat because when she normally pouts her lip, it's straight up like cat lip, like anime cat lip sense of it, and that's what it is normally to her. And I told her that too. And she's not even close to her, not even close to her. But I had to explain it to her. I said, "You have that cat lip pout that a lot of girls would love to have." She's like, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "You don't need to do the face. You just need to pout, and you have it naturally."
Yes.
So with her, it's cat. I don't see that with you,
no, absolutely.
but I see the smile of it. But the giggle is what makes me know that you're a rabbit because of that squeakiness. Because of rabbits and their squeakiness, whether they're just eating and squeaky or they're just squeaky just in general, that squeakiness is you. That is 100% you. So, and I love that about you. It's the one thing. Honestly, that's more attractive than anything else you do physically sense of it. So that's the one thing about it. So I'm gonna tell you right now, if y'all ever heard Angie's giggles, it's gonna be just like you wanna. It's the type of giggles that I would have put in a jar and just keep to myself.
Oh,
it really is because that's how it was when I first heard it. I'm like, I'm never gonna delete this video again because that giggle was so fucking adorably cute. So, but yeah. So to go backwards in your modeling sense of it, do you remember do you have at least a good experience or a bad experience in your modeling? Can you think of any, or do you?
I don't really. Okay, actually, no. I do have a bad experience.
Okay.
It was like a commercial shoot, so it was for like coupons, marketing stuff, like pamphlets, and they couldn't remember my name. At one point, they called me Kimberly.
Oh.
And I'm like, what? That's not even close. I'm asking you to call me Angie, and they're like, Angela, Angie. Like it's the shortened version of the hard name. You can do it. And then I had a friend. His name's Dominique.
Okay.
And they kept calling him Dominic, and I'm like, call him what his name is. It was so rude.
Yeah.
And then there was like the photographer was like, oh, here, hold this like this. And I hold it like that. And then the assistant would be like, why are you holding it like that? Hold it like this. And I'm like, oh my God. It's just a lot of, like, disrespect and organize. But I got paid for it. So, I mean, I walked away with money. So if you're going to disrespect me, at least you're going to pay for it.
Yeah. But it's understandable. Like, that's the type of situation. First of all, it's very rare that a commercial shoot went that way about that. And this is why I like to tell people, like, with names like that, if I forget your name, I'd rather you tell me. I will go through it over and over if I have to, especially if it's that unique in the game. But your name, I always can expect because Angie is not that hard. It's not hard. That's why I'm like, if it was more like if you were perform your full name, that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes, but Angie's not hard.
Easy.
Angie's really easy. Really easy. I know.
Easy for you.
I have a fucking aunt named Angie, so I know Angie. My name is hard as it is. Yes. I tell people a lot of times, like, my name is so fucking difficult, but at the same time of it, I've told you there's a couple of nicknames that you can call me that I have no problem with, but just don't shorten it to a name that I don't. So, like, Raph is the one that I don't like, which is a lot of people think it's pronounced R-A-F, but it's like R-A-P-H. And I don't like Raph because I'm like, Raph there's nothing. It's a sound. Yes. It sounds like a Raph. Ralphie. I know everybody tells me Ralphie because of Christmas Story, and I'm like, it's bad enough. I live in Ohio.
Yes.
I have glasses, so I get it. So, but yeah, it's my mom's favorite movie too. So, but yeah, but I don't mind that. But it's not that hard when I tell you already what short names you can call me. But at the same time,
you mess it up,
and you still mess it up. So Angie, I'm shocked that people can't remember that in the sense of it.
Kimberly? Who's Kimberly?
I get you wear pink, but the only thing I can think of Kimberly for you is unless you're talking about the Power Ranger. That's it. That's it. But there's no reason on that. No. So that's the thing so at least on that. So did you have other than? I'm pretty sure you'll probably say mine.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you would say.
I was going to say ours.
So that's your best. See, I'm feeling good about myself out there. And I was like, because I'm like, what's the best one? And you're going to say it's ours. I'm like, okay. Yes. I wasn't expecting you to really say that, but it makes sense. But no, I'm grateful.
Was fun.
It is. And I love, like I said, I love that for you. That's why I said the fact that you're 10 minutes from me and such makes this so much easier. That's why I said I'm going to hate the fact if I have to still move that I'm going to be further from you wherever I'm at. But at the same damn time, I don't want to lose any opportunity with you when it comes to us working together and hanging out if it came to that.
Yes.
Because I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm swooming with you, but at the same damn time, like everything about you is incredible.
Thank you.
And so, and I love that so much with you. And like I said, like I didn't have to drink an energy drink or anything, and I'm already like feeling like I'm full injected with caffeine from just working with you today.
Good.
And the moment you leave, though, once I'm done with the edits, I'm gonna start crashing. I'm gonna be so crashing, like I'm gonna be just crashing. Like, okay, I'm gonna keep myself awake. Yeah, I'm gonna take a nap. I'm gonna be so goddamn tired. Jesus. So yeah. So I remember you had said Wizard World was the one convention you went to. Is that the only con that you went to, right?
I think so. I know I went to Wizard World twice.
Okay.
And I'm trying to think. I think there might have been one more, but I can't remember when or where because it's been a minute.
Okay. So it's been that long.
It's been a minute.
Okay.
Since before COVID.
Okay.
At least.
Okay. And you said you met Jason David Frank like I did, right?
Yes.
You got to meet him.
Uh-huh.
And it was great for you. Had a photo autograph with him and everything. So it's good to know that.
Mm-hmm.
Was there any other experience there at the con that you miss at least from there other than seeing the celebrities in some cases like Jason? Because my thing is I want to bring you to one of the cons that I go to, but at the same time, I want to make sure that I know what is it that you're more interested in. Because some people, they're not interested in the game tournaments. Some are not interested in the formal balls. Some are not interested in the photo shoot group events. So my cure is I would like to know what's about the con that's mostly other than the social interaction that's more for you in a sense of it.
My favorite part of going to the cons is going through artist alleys.
Okay.
I love looking at people's art and like I love just little things that you can't find anywhere else. I love it. And I love looking at every little individual piece of art or like merch or whatever. Like I love it. Okay. That's my favorite part.
Okay. So if it came to the point, say I take you to let me throw this out there. Like if I take you to Colossicon and you're able to come and I go to the dealer's room and I find a Bakugo hat for you.
Oh my
God. Would that be enough for you to get my attention a lot more? Yeah. Because I'm trying to see, I'm like, I want to make sure I get you in the right points of attention.
Yes.
And if I'm like, I could get a Bakugo hat for it, which is not a possible thing. That's a possible thing. Believe me. Like, because now that I know, well, Bakugo is not my guy. He's your guy. But at the same time, I know that's what gets you in your serotonin moments.
Yes.
So I have to remind myself now, anything Bakugo. From now on, if you run across anything Bakugo, you better send it to Angie.
Send it my way.
Yes, because I'm like, that's your go-to. That's your guilty pleasure of like so much Bakugo stuff. Yes. I have to remind myself of it. And like I said, the like I told you off recording, the fact of the costumes, we definitely shooting those Bakugo costumes.
Yes.
And now that you know that the rave one that I did with you was good. Now imagine how I can do that with Bakugo costume that you wore with the fishnets. Because I'm thinking of enhance that. Yes, that's what I want to do. I want to enhance that with you. So, like I said, the time and presence of it, that's perfect. And knowing your size better than most other people that I've worked with, who I've not done this with at all, either with, makes it easy for me to know. Okay, she's a small. I have to just keep everything small.
Yeah. My size is pretty easy.
Yeah, it's easy, but with how good you look in most of everything, that's why I said I've been lucky enough that everything that we've done, and including the stuff that you worn of mine, because again, folks, like for y'all to know, there was a pair of jeans that I had bought that I didn't think anybody would wear. I had one other our mutual friend try to wear them. She couldn't wear them. And I was hesitant to know if Angie could wear them. She puts them on at the dead end of the shoot. And I find this out. She wears them. And I'm just like, well, now I have to shoot her wearing those now because damn it, she wears them good. So yeah, that has happened. And this is the second session that we've done. We're going to do a third session, obviously, of course, if anything. All right. So now I got to get to you on a little bit of a romantic sense of it. Okay. So my thing is I would like to know, and this is my personal curiosity, along with the fact that for the benefit of the podcast. Now, I told you off record, Batman Returns is my go-to. Yes. It's not a rom-com, but it's a movie that I would love to spend with somebody with and watch because Michelle Pfeiffer is my crush, and I love the romance between Batman and Catwoman. Is there a movie in your entire life that you feel like, if you want, whether you can watch it by yourself that you can enjoy, or you would love to spend it with somebody watching it, and it's like, this is my movie. I will always watch it. I never get tired of it. Or a movie that's like in that particular sense of interest for you. What is that?
So there's 3 of them.
Okay, 3's good. Variety is the spice of it. I'm down for that. So
the first one, it's called The Sunshine Boys, and it's from the 70s, I think, and it's a Neil Simon movie.
Okay.
I did the play a while ago.
Okay.
So it's George Burns and Walter Matthau, and it's hilarious, and it's my favorite movie.
Okay.
So if I'm dating you, we're watching this together.
Okay, that's a good one. I've never heard of that movie. I've heard of Walter Matthau, but I've never heard of that one.
So funny.
I'll definitely watch it. I watch a lot of movies with my mom, so I'm always intrigued.
She would like it.
Yeah.
She would like
so yeah, comedy. Oh, it's a musical. Comedy musical. Lewis and Clark.
Yeah.
It's a modern telling of Lewis and Clark. Okay.
Not Lewis and Clark like you think Lewis and Clark.
No.
Lewis and Clark though.
Okay, I'm trying to think because it's Is it the same movie? Is it George Byrne, Walter Matthau?
Uh-huh.
Okay, because apparently there's 2 versions of that movie.
Right?
Yes, there's a version with Walter Matthau, George Byrne from Neil Simon, and apparently there's a version with Sarah Jessica Parker, Peter Falk, who was known for playing Columbo, and Woody Allen.
See, I didn't know that. I just knew Walter Matthau.
Yeah, I will take the advantage of the one with George Burns and Walter Matthau.
That one. That one, that's the good one.
Yeah, because I feel like anything with Woody Allen's a question mark for me. So I will look into that one. So
then the second one is Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, there it is. There it is. I was like, okay, so Sunshine Boys is a musical. This time it has to be a musical too. What's that musical?
Phantom of the Opera.
Now, the question is, because I already like Phantom of the Opera, yes. I do. Which one are we talking about? Are we talking the classic ones? Or are we talking about the last version from I believe Schumacher did with I believe what's his name is in that one? Got his name.
It's the girl who plays Fiona in Shameless. The one with her. I like that one.
I know what you're talking about.
What her name was. I knew that one.
I'm trying to remember who the actor is who was in that one because it's a famous actor who nobody really knew he was doing musicals. So I believe the version has it's the one.
Yeah.
Emmy Rosie and Gerard Butler.
Yes.
You like the 2004 Tyler's Vice by?
Yes.
That one I have some problems with that one.
I also have some problems with it, but I love it.
I understand. I like the older versions, but I will take that one with a grain of salt.
Yes.
Only because it was, I think, the last movie that I saw that had Schumacher in it before he died. Only because, and that's one of the main several cringes I have because Schumacher, once upon a time, decided to do Batman movies. Oh. He did 2 of the Batman movies, the one with Jim Carrey and the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Both of those he directed. Yeah. And let's just say, I tell people like this, those movies, he turns Gotham City into Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Because when you watch the first 2 Batman movies, it's black, grim, white, black, gray, white, gray, straight up similar like Gotham City, as it's supposed to. When Schumacher came in, he brought color.
Yeah.
All this light, neon color. There's literally 2 scenes in both of those movies where the band is wearing neon lights on their instruments and costumes, and they're dressed like Victorian era. And I was just like, this is Vegas? Is this Las Vegas? I've come over time, put some little bit of to get case of it. But I tell people if you told me that this was an option over any other Batman movie, I would choose the other movies other than this. But if it comes to the point I see it on television, I decide to throw it in my DVD Blu-ray player, I'm not going to say no. Because there were a few points in both of those movies that I liked. The fact that I got to see 2 attractive women in both of those movies look attractive as they are. Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy, And then Alicia Silverstone's Batgirl, even though it's not accurate to the costume because I'm too much of a nerd.
Mm-hmm.
Then the fact that the other movie with Batman Forever with a lot of people don't know this, but Drew Barrymore is in the movie. She plays one of the henchwomen who ends up in the movie. So there's a scene where Jim Carrey's Edward Nitma is launching his technology, and he's got this girl in all white, looking like a baby doll, and she's like in all white with this curly hair, looking like Curly Sue and such of it. And at one point, he's meeting the other girl, who is the other attractive woman in this movie, which is Nicole Kidman. It's the only movie that I found Nicole Kidman attractive in was in this movie, and she plays a doctor, a therapist, shrink, Dr. Chase Meridian. It's the one time in a movie I'm like, okay, she looks really good in this movie. I don't like much of Nicole Kidman's stuff, but she really looks good in this movie. Aside from that, like I tell people, with those cases and certain things with some of the characters, these movies never need to exist.
No.
They don't. But at the same time, I tell people, like, I will take the blame. So ever since those movies, I've been hesitant with any film Schumacher has done. I told people before, even though he did The Wiz, which is a musical movie as well that I also love, I love that one over the original. Nothing against the original, but I have a sentimental reason for The Wiz.
Yeah.
Have you seen The Wiz?
I haven't.
You really haven't seen The Wiz? Oh, you need to see it. Michael Jackson, Diana Ross, Nipsey Russell. It's such a good movie. Quincy Jones produced it. It's such a good movie. I will say, if you are a musical nut, as I know you are, you have to watch that.
Okay.
You have to. It's a good one. I know a lot of people like the vintage original with what's her name in it, but that one, the Wiz has an attachment to me for it because the fact that my aunt, my godmother, who I call her, is very close to me. That movie, she loves that movie. And when she passed away, that was the one movie I had to watch all the time. So I keep that movie very close to me. So yeah, I love my godmother. I wish you could have met her. She's such an amazing woman. She's funny. She's very open, very, very expressive. She's sometimes blunt. I tell her the closest woman who is to her in the real world is an actress named Jasmine Lewis, who is a very well-known black actress who has done stuff today. Last thing I know she did was Blackish, a show called Blackish, but she is the closest embodiment of my godmother because you swear that woman is just like my godmother. But one of her favorite musicals was The Wiz when I was growing up. She had the DVD in her cabinet, and I told her, "What is this?" She's like, "Oh, it's the best Wiz movie ever. You need to watch it." And I'm like, "Okay." I find out later on Schumacher directed it, but I'm like, ugh. But the point being is that's my favorite nostalgic sense of it. Yeah. I have nothing against the newer versions that have come out over the years, the live version that came out over the years. But my attachment has always been for that version of the movie that came out in the early 70s. Yeah. So I have attachment for that movie. It also had very creepy moments too. Very, very creepy. Oh, yes, yes. Like there was, if you thought the witch from the original was not too creepy. Oh no, the witch in The Wiz will throw her under the water. She is terrifying. There's one scene where they're in an alleyway subway and they're getting chased by these giant colorful puppets. Like, I don't know if Return to Oz, if you've ever seen that movie, a Disney movie called like it's Return to Oz or something like that, but there's a movie that's creepy from Jim Henson that came out years ago, Return to Oz. And it's really, really creepy. A lot of people say it's really, really creepy. It's right up there with Labyrinth. And there's a lot of creepy moments in that. That's just as creepy as this movie. So that's how creepy it is. I always thought Return to Oz was a creepy movie anyways, because I'm like, there's some stuff that's just really weird with the puppetry. But Schumacher was always that hesitant for me. So when it came to that Phantom of the Opera, I saw that when I went to OhioCon in Columbus years ago, that same year. Yeah. My friend had the soundtrack. She was playing that. I love it. And I was just like, and then my friend told me who Gerard Butler was. I'm like, I can't see him doing stuff. I'm like, it's the same vein as, have you seen Les Mis, Rob? Okay. Another musical. Definitely should get into that. Now, I would tell people, the old musicals are fine. But the new movie is not bad. That's what I heard. It is. It's not bad. I will say one little hesitant thing is Russell Crowe is playing in it. I can't see Russell Crowe being a singer. That's my only thing. He's a good actor, but I can't really see him as a singer. Hugh Jackman, however, no, he was born for this. Yeah. I told people, if he never picked up the claws as Wolverine, that man was made for musical theater. He is so damn good. Him playing Jean Valjean was so damn good. And in Anna Hathaway, this is what I had to tell Mandy about, because I told Mandy, while I didn't like her in as Catwoman in the Batman and the Dark Knight Rises, I loved her in Les Mis.
I heard she did great.
She's incredible.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I knew she would, because people forget a long time ago, she did a movie called Ella Enchanted, where she was singing in that movie. Yes. She was so good at that movie. She's a talented singer. Yes, yes. So I knew Anna had the chops. Everybody else was more like, Anna Hathaway? I'm like, have nobody seen Ella Enchanted to know she can sing?
I've seen it.
She is good in that, and she does a really great job. Like, the nomination she got for I Dream a Dream, that is well deserved. She really deserved that. Hugh Jackman was good too, but like I said, I get it. Everyone loves him doing action in Wolverine, but if that man never did pick up the claws again, I would be intent with him just doing musicals. So he was good in that. But the one person in that movie that sticks out is Russell Crowe, and I'm just like,
I don't know about him.
I don't know about you, man. I mean, like, you're Australian like Hugh, but not every Australian has the singing chops. So for him in that movie was equivalent for me with Gerard Butler in Phantom. Because I knew Emmy had something. She actually, I think, was a singer at one point.
Yeah, I think
so. I knew she had the singing. It's Gerard that was the one that's often like, Gerard Butler? So that's my only thing. But that's still a good movie. So I will still watch it.
Yes.
I will still watch it. So that one, Sunshine Boys. So what's the third one?
So the third one, if I want you in my life as an important person, you're going to watch Frozen. I know, it sounds crazy. I know. And everyone is so hesitant to do that. They're like,
really?
Yes, Frozen. And there's a cute reason behind it.
I want to hear your cute reason first.
So my sister, she's older than me, but mentally she's like around the age of like 5.
Okay.
She has like developmental disabilities.
Okay.
And she loves Frozen, and she calls herself Elsa, and I'm Anna, so we're the two sisters.
Okay, so you're the Kristen Bell of the two.
Yes.
And your sister is the Indies.
Yes, she is.
Okay.
So we've got that.
I see it the other way, but I've never met your sister, so I can understand that. But my opinion is like, I didn't really see it the other way, but I haven't seen your sister to know that.
She's a special girl. So yeah, she's Elsa, I'm Anna. Love Frozen. Everything with us is Frozen. So if you can be in my life, Frozen, you gotta watch it at least once.
Well, if it makes you feel anything, and I'm not just saying that, putting my input in here. My niece, my youngest niece, is a Frozen lover.
Yeah.
So the moment she does that, and then also, and I think I don't know if I told you this, but I did used to work for the mouse. I used to work at the park. Yes, I worked for Walt Disney World back in 2004, 2005. I worked at the park in Florida for about 2 years. Many people have said this, know about this, former cast member here. The first year I did the college program, I did it for about the whole springtime. Mm-hmm. Second time I went back in the summertime. And that was the second year. I mostly worked at Epcot, the Silver Ball, where the countries and continents are. Yeah. That's where I mostly worked at. Yeah. I told people that. I said, it's more chill. You get to do a lot of eating, a lot of drinking. Yes. You get to do a lot of cultural stuff, a lot of stuff in there. You meet some of the characters from each of those cultures every once in a while, but you're not swarmed like fucking Magic Kingdom, where you're literally in the castle. You're waiting to find out when the parade is. Yes, and there's less children. No kid wants to go to the place with the globe. They're like, no, we don't want to go to the globe. We want to go where Mickey Mouse and Cinderella is. To go to the goddamn castle.
I'm going to Epcot.
Yes. So yeah, I tell people, no. I'm like, yes, environmental prototype community of tomorrow. I still remember the goddamn enunciates of what that stands for. That's how you know I'm a cast member. People don't know Epcot is an abbreviation. And I'm like, yes, I remember that abbreviation, because when I first knew about Epcot, I never knew what it said. I'm like, what does Epcot mean? And I had to learn over a year about it. And I was like, environmental community prototype of tomorrow. That is what it literally means. And I've told people, that's how you know you're a cast member. You have to ingrain in your goddamn brain what this Epcot stands for. Yes. I've taken so many photos there with people and some of the characters and such. I've been in all the parks and stuff, met all the characters, the princesses, the kings. I literally have a picture of me kneeling in front of Jafar, because at one point I wanted to grow my beard like Jafar. which is why I have this. And I had red and black on. And I'm like kneeling to him, getting an autograph, and he's like, yes. I told people, like, if there was a hipster Jafar, I would so dress as him.
You would be him.
I know, because I have the beard. Don't like the beard princess Sabubu.
Yeah.
Like, I know, right? That's so. So you already won me over at Disney. So yeah, Frozen. That's a go-to for my niece, my
Yes.
youngest niece. So yeah, and then my other niece, my younger niece, and the fact that she's also named Ariel.
I have a cousin named Ariel.
Yes, I have a niece. Her name is Ariel. She loves Frozen. So yeah, that's already a win for me. Unlike everybody else who's just like, why would you want to watch Frozen? I'm like, why not? I'm sorry. I will say it's a little bit teary with that second one. Was a little bit of a tearjerker.
Oh my gosh, the second one was rough.
Yeah,
I loved it though. I think it was better than the first.
I will say there was some moments that was good about it over the first one, but Jesus, it was a tearjerker.
Yes, it was.
I said to people like, I didn't even think I would be pulling the heartstrings on that one. Like, God damn,
that one got me.
Especially when like the moment where when Elsa's in the Frozen in the cave. And like all those memories and stuff circling past her, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ!
Yes. Oh, that was such a good scene.
Yeah, that's such a good scene of it. But I was just, and then the scene, and then they make it worse with the whole thing with Olaf just disintegrating in Anna. I'm just like,
that song,
mm-hmm.
Do the Next Right Thing.
Mm-hmm.
That song is so sad.
Oh God, like it is. That's why I said I was like, I didn't think I'd be emotional like this with this movie.
No,
God damn.
that one got me.
Yeah, when I worked at Disney, though, it was right around the time Lilo and Stitch came out. So that's what it was. So they were just finishing that movie. They were promoting it all out the whole park. So that's my movie attachment to the park because my mother is a big fan of Stitch.
Yes.
So anything Stitch, my mom will love you for it. I know. That's actually for her. This Stitch is actually for her. I found it at a Family Dollar, and I said, well, I have to get it for her. So this is her. This is I actually bought this for her. I just thought I'm keeping it here because I don't want my nieces and nephews to rip it apart.
Yes.
Because this is like a beanbag one. That's why it's sitting so straight and such. But I saw it in the corner of my eye, and I said, oh, I have to buy this.
Yes.
It's a Stitch. Because, yeah, I bought her little stuffed ones. I bought her pins, T-shirts, hats, all the stuff of Stitch because she loves Stitch. She loves Stitch. And I told her, I'm like, okay, I know that's her character. So when I saw this, I'm like, oh, I have to get this for her.
Yep.
So yeah, originally when she used to come over here, I would have this for her so she'll have it near her and such. But like I said, she's over at her place now. But at the same time, I told her, I'll leave it here whenever you come visit. But at the same time, until we move, I'm not taking it over to your apartment because those kids are going to rip it apart. Yep. They're going to find out what's in Stitch and they're going to rip him open. And I refuse to do that. As much as I love my nieces and nephews, they're Tasmanian devils. They will rip everything apart.
Oh my God.
So they are like wild native animals and such.
Yeah.
But to know that you're a fellow Disney nut like people that, I don't know how she felt about this shoot, but she's posting the stuff and I'm happy for that.
Yeah.
So I don't get that a lot of times. So I'm grateful for that.
No,
and it's really one of the best things that I know that has been given to me from you. And some points, I wish I met you sooner.
Yes.
Sooner before you modeling, because like I said, with how much years you've done modeling, I wish I had gotten you earlier on.
Yes.
Because those moments I would have loved to have brought out the best in you in that sense of it compared to. And I'm glad that I do. It's just, it's always those one moments where it's like, I wish I had done that before anyone else did. Because I could do so much with that possibility with you. And that's what it is. That's all that it is. I wish I could have done that with you in that sense of it. So aside from that, I know you said you had the boots from Christmas. Would you do any other gifts for Christmas this year, or? And girl, don't think that's not a possibility, because I definitely want that to be a possibility. But at the same time, I also want to make sure that with the same time in the holiday case of it, like I said, there's options other than just like I said, the boudoir you do great in and all the sexier stuff you do. But I do want to see other options of you just looking as cute and adorable as you are, because you are in general. Just you sitting right here, just as adorable as you are. So that is it for today's episode. I apologize as always if the quality is always not good, or some cases I'm trying to get that to work with. But thank you to Angie for coming on today's episode. Hopefully it won't be the last time that she'll be on the episode. I have no problem with frequent guests. But at the same time, I am hoping that she'll be back soon for another episode. I do know that I am planning to work with her again very soon, very, very soon, as well as the fact that we will be hopefully doing another episode of the podcast again. I'm hoping if things go the way they are, as you heard on the podcast, we might be considering that actual podcast episode of the commentary on My Dress Up Darling, because that is completely us, that show. She's the muse canvas, and I am the artist. That is what we are. So, stay tuned to see if that actually happens. We'll have to figure that out, but it might be a reality until at least the second season comes out. If you want to follow Angie, Angie.Gresko is her social media. It'll be located on the description in this podcast episode. And if you want to catch all the other episodes of the podcast, make sure you subscribe to my Spotify as well as my iTunes, and also check out on now YouTube. The episode will be available on. As always, follow me on my social medias. I am Donnie Black on Twitter or X. I am Donnie Black on Instagram, along with Jirai Media on Instagram, and every other social media for Jirai Media. And of course, JiraiMedia.format.com for all your photography needs. This has been another episode of the House of Black podcast. Happy 2024. Let's get this thing off without a scratch. But until then, this is your big cat ear extraordinaire, Donnie Black, saying good night. Hope you had a happy new year. And until then, or the next episode, later days.